Happy Thursday, everyone. This is Miss Gillum, your math coach, and I am here today to work with my Old High Knights, and I'm super excited to be doing this video with you. I'm sad we're not at school, so I can't be with you, but I am going to do a short mini lesson with you to review fraction and decimal relationships. So we're going to do a few example problems in this video, and then I'm going to show you today's assignment. So we are looking at how 2/10, because remember when we talk about place value, the first place value of a decimal is called the tenths place. And how does that look as a fraction? Well, if we look at our model, if I can find my little drawing, yep, pen, perfect. 2/10 means I have, this is 1/10 right there because there's 10 blocks there, because remember the model represents a whole. Here is a second group of 2/10, so there's 2/10 right there. So I can see that if I have this whole row as a fraction, I can say that we can say it in two ways. We can say that it's 20 hundredths if we look at the whole model, or if you think about the way that you are saying 2/10, you're actually saying the fraction as well. So you could also write it as 2 out of 10, 2/10, because if we look at this, we have 2 lines colored in out of the 10 if we're looking at all of those vertical lines. Woo, didn't mean to be drawing, so we will erase that. Okay, let's move on to the next example. I have another decimal. I started with decimals because you've been working with decimals for a while in your classes. Okay, so this time we have 65 and we have 65 hundredths because this 5 is in the hundredths place. So if we think about that, if we had to model it, we would know that we need 6 tenths. So I would color 6 of these rows of 10 in, or columns of 10, I should say. That was really bad color in. Okay, we got 6 of them colored in now. And then we'd have 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to write this as a fraction, I can see that I have 65 out of the 100 blocks that there are. And if you think about the way that you say the decimals, 65 hundredths, wow, that's our fractions. It's that easy. And this is also important for when you get to 6th grade, that you continue to remember this, because then you'll be going to percents. Okay, now let's switch. Oh, I didn't erase the last one. Let's erase that. There we go. Clear the screen. Okay, this time we have 4 hundredths. So if you think about your place value, some of you are like, oh, I know what it is immediately. But if you're stuck, remember, just color it in. You have 4 of these colored in. So I would say if I write 4 here, is this my hundredths place? No, that's my tenths place. So we have to write it as 4 hundredths. It needs to go in the hundredths place value, because it's this whole model is out of 100. So there's our 4 out of the 100. So make sure you're putting it in that place value. Okay, we're going to do one more example together before I show you your assignment for today. Okay, 4/5. So there are 2 different ways you can do this. And I saw this in a lot of classrooms on Tuesday, is finding those equivalent fractions. So we have 4/5, but we know this model is out of 100, or we could say out of tens. And I know 5 can go to both. So I'm just going to go to tenths because it's a lot easier than having to go to 100. I mean, it's not that hard to go to 100, but still. So we can say, oh, 5 times 2 is 10. So that means if I do that to my denominator, we need to do that to the numerator to keep that balanced, to make that equivalent fraction. Sorry, it's so hard to do this with a mouse. Okay, so I will say for your assignment, you're not going to have to do a lot of this drawing, so you'll be happy about that. So I have 8 tenths. So that helps me write my decimal, because I can write 8 tenths. But if you had to model this, you could think of 4/5. So for every 4 I color in, the 5th one is left open. Actually, 4 color in, 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 4 color in. Okay, but that's only out of this first group of 5. These are right there, those are all 5. group like 5, 5, okay? And then if you did the same thing on the bottom, but I'm going to leave this one as my blank this time. Here's 4 fifths, 4 fifths, 4 fifths, 4 fifths. This would be the long way. But you can look at that. If all of those are 4 fifths, you can see that, oh, that's a whole row of 10, another whole row of 10. You have 4 rows of 10 and 4 rows of 10 up here, which that's where that 8 tenths is coming from. Okay, so now let's look at today's assignment. I'm gonna go back to my mouse. So you are gonna be doing a Desmos assignment. We're gonna start at the very beginning. This is the teacher, look what it looks like for teachers. So the first thing is just a check-in. How are you today? Let me hide that. So you can move the little slide to say how you're feeling, which puppy dog makes you feel. You feeling cool today? You can do that one. And then if you want to explain more about why you're feeling that way, feel free to type it right here. Okay, so this first slide is for you to customize your farm. So you are going to move. If you want more purple, make it more purple. You have to have a little of every color though. If you want more red, get more red. So those are the 2 things you can move to set up your farm. After you do that, then it's going to ask you to write as the number planted in the total. So if I look at my red, I know I have 2 rows here, so that makes 20, 2 rows of 10. And then for my fraction, we know that it's 20 out of the 100 total pieces that are in the garden. What I want you to notice is if you scroll over, it's showing you that decimal. Remember, 2 tenths is equivalent to 20 hundredths because you could add it, or not add, should not say add. You could place a 0 behind here and it would make 20 hundredths. And so you're going to do that. Yours might not be 20. It all depends on how you create your garden. Okay? Then you're going to look at Axel's. He made a different garden than you. And you're going to type in the missing pieces to this table. Notice when I click on it, it highlights that color. Okay? So you're going to do the exact same thing, fraction, decimal. So we're looking for that relationship. Okay, here's why we talked about fifths in the warm-up. So if you're still struggling with the fifths, maybe go back and read or rewatch where I talked about 4 fifths. So you are looking at Angela's garden, and she has 3 fifths of her garden she's saying is red. Do you agree with her? Explain. You can draw on here and explain. So you can draw on this. If you want to erase it, just click that. But explain, how do you know if she's right or if she is wrong? That her garden, 3 fifths of it is red. Okay, this next question is a true or false. You are looking for which of the 4 descriptions are true. You are selecting all that are true. Okay, so you are looking for the ones that are true. Okay, so if it's saying 9 tenths of the farm has purple flowers. So look here, here's my purple is 9 tenths. 9 tenths is almost a whole. Is the whole garden purple? No. So we're going to click that just so I can show you the next slide. So I gave you a little hint there. Oh, so, or whoops, we're not going to click this because that's not true. So let's look at Angela's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What if we say her 6 tenths is true? Because there are 6 rows of 10. Then it's going to say all of these were wrong, and they're going to want you to rewrite the statement so they are true. Okay, hint, hint, there's probably more than one answer here. Check all to apply. Okay, and then the last thing you are going to do is you are going to color in whatever it tells you here. So 3 tenths should be trees, so you should be coloring those green. So here's how you change your colors. Just go here, green. 1 fifth is red, so I do 1 fifth red. So remember, if it's not out of 100 or a tenth, you need to make it. Write your equivalent fractions. Okay, and then you'll do your orange and purple the same way. Okay, then when you are done with your garden, what's going to happen, it's going to post here. So if you're one of the first ones, you're not going to see your class's gallery. Oh, this is for you to make a challenge. Oh, so you have to write the colors and what the fraction or decimal is, and then other people have to go create it. Sorry, I forgot about that. So this is optional. I will say the challenge will be optional if you want to do it. So you create your garden. When you're picking flower colors, please make sure you only pick colors that they can choose. So from right here. Okay. And last slide. sorry, I didn't mean to exit, is how well did you understand today's math assignment? And how do you feel about the learning in this lesson? So you're just going to move little, you got it, I can work on my own, or this one is how do you feel about learning in this lesson? I didn't like it. I liked it. Like, how did you feel about the activity we just did for this? Okay. And if you want to explain more here, like if you're struggling with something, just add on to this. I need to work on whatever you were struggling with. Okay, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day and stay safe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.